Welcome to all new episode of GW Recap. Back here at the Smith Center as GW pulls away late to knock off LaSalle 77-55 for their second straight win and to improve 2-0 in the A10 play, man. Um, Look, GW was led by a career night from Rafael Castro, who posted 26 points, 14 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 3 steals. Trey Autry led, also paced the GW with 17 points and 3 rebounds. Christian Jones controlled the game for GW, added 10 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. LaSalle was led by a local product out of Jackson Reed, Rob Dockery, 23 points and 5 rebounds, and Jaden Marshall added 13 points. Um, Intense game, physical game, one game, type of game you were expecting. A10 play, conference play. That's just how it is. It's been that way for years. But at the end of the day, GW, as the game went along, especially in the second half down the stretch, they pulled away because of their defense and their execution on offense. We're going to go back to the first half. The game started with a 13-3 run by GW to take a 16-9 lead after trailing LaSalle 63 to start the game. Trey Autry had 6 early points in that run to help give GW the lead. Rafael Castro was already off to a strong start, dominating inside with 7 points and 5 rebounds and 2 blocks at the 7:45 mark. LaSalle guard Jaden Marshall, he paced Explorers with 8 points on 3 or 4 shooting, and during that same span. And obviously Rob Dockery was right there with him, shooting lights out. I mean lights out, adding 9 points on 3 or 3 shooting, 2 or 2 from 3-point range. Um, during that same span. GW and LaSalle both finished the half cold from deep, shooting a combined 2 of 15, which played a part and what ultimately led to the separation by GW. GW had more of a balanced scoring attack, even though they went cold in spurts from deep. LaSalle needed to rely on 3-point shooting to keep on going for them to possibly pull it out. Um, as the half ended, Castro finished the first half shooting 4 or 5 from the field to keep the GW out in front. Dockery shot 5 or 6 to keep the Explorers close. However, as the half was about to end, Garrett Johnson tip in as the halftime buzzer sound put GW up 36-31 at the half. At the half, Castro led the way with 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 2 steals. Autry added 7 points, and Garrett Johnson posted 5 points and 2 rebounds. LaSalle guard Rob Dockery had 14 points and 4 rebounds in the first half, and Jaden Marshall had 8 points, as well. Harris added 4 points and 4 rebounds. At the half, GW led 10-2 in fast break points. They led 10-3 scoring points on turnovers, and their bench had the edge 13-5 over LaSalle. So as I can say, they had more of a balanced scoring attack, and that's the reason why they led 36-31 at the half. But the three-point shooting, especially from Rod Dockery, kept LaSalle close. In the second half, both teams came out the gate starting hot. W had a 9-8 scoring edge in the first few minutes to take a 45-39 lead at the 16-24 mark. During that span, GW shot 4-5, and LaSalle went 4-7. Later on, GW started turning the ball over, which led to LaSalle tying the game at 45 after Jerome Brewer Jr. jumper at the 13:40 mark. Castro responded later on, a little bit later, with a grown man dunk to put GW up 50-46 at the 10:43 mark. At that point, Castro already was dominating with 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. But down the stretch, man, it was about George Washington defense. They really clamped down on LaSalle. They held the Explorers to 9 points for the remainder of the game, including a stretch where LaSalle went scoreless for 4 minutes and 9 seconds. And that allowed GW to get the breathing room that they needed to secure the win. Overall, at the end of the day, GW bench outscored LaSalle's bench 22-6. GW outscored LaSalle 19-6 in second chance points, and they dominated the boards as you would expect, with 14 coming from Castro. They dominated the boards 45-27. Career night for Castro, game highs across the board. He was just utterly dominant with his athleticism and his versatility on both ends of the floor. And that's why, he was a preseason pick to be all conference. And the way he's been playing, especially with this type of game, he's going to live up to the billing and be on that first team at the end of the season when conference play is over. But can't say enough about Trey Autry, man. He hit to me the kill shot to make sure that GW will win this game. Top of the key, the 3-pointer at the top of the key. His 17. It wasn't just the 17 points, man. It was the efficiency in which he shot the ball, going 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 7 from deep, man. When he's shooting the ball like that, and obviously the way Castro had it going, they just feed off each other and they open things up for not just each other but the rest of the team, man. And, Christian Jones just set the table, man. 10 points, 4 or 6 of shooting. He ain't need to really press, 2 or 3 from deep, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Only had a couple turnovers, man. Just a solid, all-around, efficient night for Jones. Another preseason all-conference selection, man. You know what I mean? And then everybody else just chipped in when they could and when they had opportunities, and that's why they were able to win. And that's what makes GW so dangerous, is that they have the depth, and they always have some guys that computer can find somebody that's going to be able to produce, no matter who's off and who's cold. He's going with the depth of this team. There will always be players that he can go to try to get the job done, and then not many teams, college basketball, especially the A10, can say that. Once you get past kind of the first 3 or 4 guys, you hope and you wish. That's not the case with GW. It's more of a case of what you're going to get if certain guys don't have it going, and that's why they've improved to 11-4 right now, as they prepare to hit the road. To face Dayton in a big A10 game. But 2-0 in conference play, hell of a win. They can just at home see if they can keep it going on Tuesday when they face Dayton, which will be an 8 p.m. game, and I believe it will be on CBS Sports Network. So I want to thank you all for joining me and another episode of GW Recap. We'll have another one soon. I'm not sure if it will be Tuesday. Have a number of games I have to cover, but I'll definitely be back soon for the next GW home game, man. Appreciate you guys for joining me. Talk to you guys later.